I want to invite Dr. Wes Youngberg to come. He's going to do just a little short health nugget. You're going to love this. And Dr. Wes, you'll have to tell them about what we did Wednesday night.
As Dan pointed out, we have the privilege to be in a church that has the three angels message to share to the world. We also have the privilege to be in a church that has a health message that is the right arm of the gospel, that can help soften the hearts of individuals so that they can accept the more important message of the three angels message. Just this Wednesday, Dan Houghton and I had the privilege to, right here in this church, videotape a presentation that's on YouTube right now on our Fallbrook Seventh-day Adventist YouTube channel on the current challenges going on with COVID and what we can do at home prior to required hospitalization. So my main message this morning is to encourage you to watch that, to better understand the natural methods that are available to us right now, to be able to prevent ever the need for going to the hospital. As I pointed out last Sabbath, I believe that done properly, taking advantage of this health message that we've had all these years, we have the potential to prevent over 75% of the hospitalizations that are occurring relative to COVID-19. We need to share the message. There's so many people that are succumbing to COVID-19 because they don't understand what to do. They're just sitting at home ordering takeout, waiting to get bad enough symptoms so they can actually end up at the hospital and then finally get taken care of when they don't realize that the most important phase of treatment is before you have to require hospitalization to prevent that from happening. Now, the last 2 weeks, we've been passing out free vitamin D bottles and handouts on how to use that effectively in your families. If there's any household unit that hasn't received their bottle of vitamin D, could you just raise your hand so I could see who has not? We have several on this side, Betsy. Anybody on this side? Okay, it's 100%. Okay, so we have just a few over here, and Betsy will give that to you along with a handout. Now, that handout is also available online, both in the comments section of the YouTube post on the COVID-19 update that Dan and I just did Wednesday night, but it's also it's in the comment section, so you have to know how to use the comment section to get that, or you can go to the Youngberg Clinic Facebook page. It's also posted there as well. Just a couple quick notes. As we all know, and we've all been looking forward to, this coming week is a wonderful week opportunity for Thanksgiving. For many of us, or for some of us, I should say, it is going to be a wonderful time of Thanksgiving. But for many, many more than usual, it's going to be a time of sorrow and heart sickness because they will not be with their family like they used to be. We know in the mental health field that Thanksgiving all along has been the most important time of the year when people are depressed and heart sick because they are not with the people they love. They've lost them somehow. And so never before have we been in a time of this Earth's history when we have a scenario like this where there'll be many, many more people depressed and heartsick and even suicidal because of what's happening right now. So make sure, if we do nothing else this Thanksgiving time, is that we reach out to those in our neighborhoods who have nobody. Have you been walking on the sidewalk and people are just dying to talk to you because they're shut-ins and they don't get to talk to anybody? I have patients who don't see anybody all week. They're just home alone. And a lot of people are like this. We're fortunate that we have a church where we can be together outside Most people don't have that. They have nothing. So make sure that you reach out in some way, even if you have to have a Thanksgiving dinner by Zoom, you know, where you have multiple families talking, eating together at the same time by Zoom. Do it. It would be wonderful. But reach out, touch somebody. Don't be afraid to reach out. You know, the Christians during past pandemics were known for their acts of love and giving of themselves to help people who were sick, to help people who were downtrodden. We should be that way. Don't be afraid of this virus. If you know how to take care of yourself, you should not be afraid. And so that means that we need to have a system of what we call focus protection, where the vast majority of people aren't at risk. They can get sick, but they're not at risk any more than they were at risk of getting the flu years ago. But there's a group of people, a minority of people who are at risk, and those are the people that we need to help educate and understand what to do, especially during the time of Thanksgiving, not only for emotional purposes, but for physical purposes. Remember the sermon I did about 4 weeks ago on putting on the whole armor of God? That's spiritual, emotional armor, but it's also physical armor. It's the analogy of doing our part to protect our family and those most vulnerable, and how we go about accomplishing that. And so take advantage of the principles of our health message, especially at the time of the year in the holiday season, when many times these health principles are just kind of put aside. And we joke about it, right? We put them aside because we want to indulge. And so I'm with you. I'm human like anybody else. I enjoy indulging from time to time. I used to do a lot more than I do now, but this is not a time to be indulging on all those desserts, etc., because studies have shown that even non-diabetics, if their blood sugars just go up 10 points, fasting blood sugars, which, by the way, would happen to more than 50% of the adult population if you indulge even for a day, okay, that increases your risk. Just 10 points increasing your fasting blood sugar by 13% of dying from COVID infection. And what about those of us who have diabetes? Okay, every 20-point increase above 80 increases your risk of dying from that infection by 13%. What about people running blood sugars 200, 300? Lots of people out there, and they don't even check their blood sugars anymore because of that. So, pay attention. If you have diabetes, your risk of dying from COVID is anywhere from more than 2 times up to more than 6 times greater than if you don't have diabetes. So if there was ever a time for you to watch out for your blood sugars, it's now. So I really encourage you to participate in what we call focus protection. Encourage those at the greatest risk to pay attention. Okay, and you have tools available. And so Dan and I are committed right now every 2 weeks to do another focus session on YouTube, and just spread the word. Start sharing that information on social media to get more people aware of what we can do to effectively use the health message to attract people to Jesus. Thank you.